Hey, welcome back to. Oh, sorry, not that. Welcome back to DIY Missy Filmworks here on YouTube. I'm your host, Ultimo Gallows. Let me get my jug of water here. What we got here? Got no. Sorry, got my little winter cold going on. We'll give you an idea when these were filmed. Um, got in 6 more wrestling magazines, 4 issues of Inside Wrestling, 2 issues of Wrestling Superstars. Most of these are late '80s. Came from a buddy of mine, and this time a lot of these were bad to boarded. But look at that cover, man. The Hogan Andre DiBiase connection. The scandal has rocked wrestling's foundation. Inside Wrestling, still only $1.75. Lex Luger, the reason Flair's 5th reign will be his shortest. $1.75, $2.50 Canada, April '88. The rude Orndorff debate is over. The Ultimate Warrior has the ultimate physique. Brotherly love. Kevin Von Erich gives Kerry his shot at glory. Now, Inside Wrestling, I picked up pretty much every month, unless there was like some big comic coming out that I wanted, and I needed to save that $1.75 because $1.75 in '88 would have been 2 comics on average. Yeah, 2 comics. The comics are about 75 cents, so. And I was already getting PWI on the wrestler. This one, I'll show you why I loved Inside Wrestling. What made it stand out for me, because this was my second favorite. Oh, the special issue. It's got Survivor Series, Starcade 87, Kerry Von Erich returning, a lot more. I remember that issue. It costs like $1 more. Stu Sachs editor's notebook. This was like the heel thing behind the dressing room door by David Rosenblum. He was always the heel writer. More Michael PSAs trying to sell stuff. Adrian Adon. Look at that cornet. Look at that young cornet there. Gary Hart. Fuck you, Jimmy Jat Funk. Boring ass. The Sheep Herders, Ric Flair. Well, see, back then I'd be like, I don't want these old ones. I don't want this shit from the store. Now, God, for that price, what are they asking? $3 a piece plus. Okay. Oh no, U.S. and Canada, you get to add the dollar. So, yeah, I would drop the $100 in order, like 30 issues or some shit. 33 issues. God. The slant-eyed slaughter tape is in this. That is in here. And I remember '88 still was not great in '88, but God. And here's the thing: I don't remember ever seeing either one of these tapes for rent anywhere. And this is definitely from the Abner mags. This is their Rockville thing. I don't know Eddie Elner. This is our other heel guy. On assignment, talking about Lex Luger. The Luger is one of those guys that was supposed to be so big and never did shit, really. I mean, really. Where are they now? Jimmy Snuka, the Superfly, is currently in Australia, scheduled for an upcoming tour of the Hawaiian Islands. Upon his return to the United States in early February, Snuka will be wrestling for International Championship Wrestling in New Jersey, Massachusetts, and Florida. The ICW is also trying to sign Colonel Dibiase and rekindle the vicious Dibiase-Snuka feud that took place last year at AWA. Snuka was injured by Dibiase several times in that war. Okay. The fantastic Bobby Fulton and Tommy Rogers, former UWF and World Class Tag Champions, wrestled several independent promotions during the latter part of '87 before announcing in December that they would return to the World Class area. Even though their friends Von Erich currently hold the tag belts, that fantastic admit they like to wrestle Von Erich's title. Okay. Johnny Rods. To me, he's best known as a trainer of a pile of people, but, The unpredictable Johnny Rods, who wrestled such former WWF World Champions as Bruno, Pedro, Bob Backlund, Hogan, wrestles for independent promotion on the East Coast. Rods also opened up his unpredictable wrestling school in Queens, New York. Hogan should be happy I'm not after WWF belt because I could beat him easily, said Rods. Luis Martinez. His fire makes him one of the sport's greatest names ever in the Midwest. He was a nationally prominent star when he wrestled for the International Wrestling Association in the mid-'70s, now semi-retired. Martinez lives in Toledo, Ohio, where he owns and operates a gym. Although he's in his late 50s, Martinez still wrestles occasionally to keep in shape. Okay. King Kong Bundy. 5. Got a buddy of ours goes to shows. Jokingly, his nickname is King Kong Bayless because he's a big old guy. Sorry about that. I had to answer a phone call real quick. Matter of fact, give me 2 seconds. Damn. All right, I'm back. The wrestling monthly different from all the rest. Sports review wrestling is one of those where I just never. I don't know why I never really bought it. Maybe it was one of those that cost a little more. It's like Wrestling '88 or Wrestling whatever the year was, or Wrestling Superstars. They cost a little bit more. And see, Sports Review Wrestling I forgot was monthly. Some of these afterbags had 4 monthly titles. Damn. And look at this lineup, man. Hogan versus One Man Gang. Okay, that should be an okay match. Wyndham versus Anderson should be good. Williams versus Terry Taylor. Okay, good. Henning versus Lawler. Fuck yeah. Sheep versus Slark this time, no. And then Savage versus Honky Tonk. That'd be entertaining. Penny Mitchell, not Chuck Norris. Man, look. If Chuck Norris went into Memphis, it was Chuck Morris. And my fucking camera just froze. God damn it. Okay. Chuck Morris. Hopefully that ain't too horrible. Sorry about the cussing, everybody. And then we got Matt Brock, which now, I know he's 100% made up, but back then I had no clue. And let this Huntington, West Virginia, talking about ICW. Hey, how far was Huntington where you grew up, old Snapcracker Pops? Kevin Von Erich gives Kerry glory. Kevin giving Kerry the title shot. This is on Christmas in Dallas, Kerry Von Erich was ready to cap his miraculous comeback by challenging Al Perez for the world-class heavyweight title match. His brother Kevin Von Erich gave him his gift. The most shameful sneak attack in the history of Texas wrestling spoiled what could be a glorious night. This right here is why I loved Inside Wrestling. Because not only did you get, instead of getting the top 10 each fed, the ones they list, you got the top 15. Then you got the roll call of champions. And I would pour over this. And just looking like, oh shit, Tom Pritchard's in Alabama. Okay, Birmingham. I know a Birmingham. Birmingham is conceivable. I could possibly talk Dad into driving to Birmingham to go see a Tom Pritchard match. Because 88, how would have been in 80? I was not able to drive in 88. I did not. I didn't get a driver's license until I was 18. I was driving before that. I learned to drive when I was like 13, but I just didn't get a license forever. Like I always remember wondering, what the fuck is the British Commonwealth title? Why is it in Canada if it's British Commonwealth, in Central States? And let's see, there's another one always. Like all these NWA belts. Like I never even heard an NWA junior heavyweight, Pacific Northwest, the Grappler. PWF. Southeast, that would be, that's going to be Knoxville. And the Southeast Continental is going to be the Alabama run. Stampede. The UWA, which was another, Canadian fed. Okay. I don't recognize these people that you mentioned. Wild West Tag Team Champions, John Tam and Jack Victory. I don't think Wild West had anything besides tag belts. And I love how where is it? Let us see. Oh, they were not listing the women's tag belt for a while on some of these as WWF. They were listed separate because it was until WWF bought it. The Hogan Andre DiBiase connection. The scandal has this scandal has rocked wrestling's foundation. This is that. What was it? The main event or whatever it was on a Friday night on NBC. It was Hogan versus Andre, and the ref counted Hogan his pin when he wasn't, and it was a twin ref. DiBiase paid him. Andre won the belt and then handed it right over to DiBiase, and the belt, of course, got stripped. And that's why we had the tournament at WrestleMania 4. I had to think for a second. I'll be honest, I have not watched any of the WrestleManias about 12, and I don't know how long. The 4-12, they're just kind of to me. And a lot of these, I'm not one of those kids that watch them over and over. I would rent tape once or twice from the store, and that was about it. I know my parents were weird. If I wanted to rent something from the video store, if I'd already seen it, they knew it. It didn't matter if I seen it in the theater. That's cool. But if I already rented it once, I wanted to see it again, I had to pay the rental fee. And my money went to WrestleMania Comics, so nah. Lex Luger, the reason Flair's 5th reign will be his shortest. Ric Flair's plans to hold the NWA title a 5th time may be cut short by young man Minnie Phil, will be the next superstar sport. Lex Luger's now Flair's name, and it means trouble for the nation. This right here, this great Jerry Lawler's hot seat. These hot seat interviews, and yes, I am almost 100% sure 90% of these were made up. Probably 99. Lawler's one that I think he was in good with the mag, so he might have been one that would actually do it. But listen, my CWA belt is worth more than Henning's AWA title. Amazing as it may seem, Jerry the King Lawler has never held a world singles title in his 18 years in the sport. Damn, he started in 70. Wow, he started I thought he started right before I was born. Despite holding victory of Hogan, Nick Bockwell, Harley Race, and Ric Flair, but Lawler, who has won several regional titles in this area, has held the AWA World Tag Belts with Bill Dundee for 19 days this past October. may have achieved nearly significant goal. In December, Lawler defeated Jeff Jarrett and Manny Fernandez in separate matches for the first ever Championship Wrestling Association title. The CWA title was created when the Mid-Southern, and why did they call it Mid-Southern? It was fucking Memphis. I mean, it was the Mid-South Coliseum, but it was not Mid-Southern. Nobody ever called it Mid. It was one of them weird Abner things. Mid-Southern officials cited their AWA Southern, AWA International, and Mid-America titles created too much confusion among fans. They should unify the belts, bringing their respective champions Jerry Lawler, Manny Fernandez, and Jeff Jarrett together for a one-day round-robin tournament. Lawler came on top, he usually does. Indeed, Lawler is one of the most respected men in the sport. Kurt Hennig, noted that the AWA World Champions had his hands full in several recent matches against Lawler, and their war should continue in 1988. Inside Wrestling Manager Craig Peters flew to Memphis to speak with the King. Okay, if he actually spoke to the King, I'm betting you he made a phone call. Hey, Jerry, what you doing? Hold on, let me give me a cold coat. Okay. Hey, did you know the cheerleading tryouts are on ESPN? It's college, don't worry. They're over 18. Allegedly. I'll say this. Well, I've met Mr. Lawler twice now. He's been extremely nice every time I've met him. Told me to call him Jerry. Really nice guy. And the lady who was with him, as obviously his girlfriend or whatever, was shockingly looked about 30. It's like, wow. Okay. You're dating ones that are almost your kids' age now. I didn't get to talk to her. I got to talk to Jerry for a few minutes. Look at this picture of Warrior here. Oh, God. That mustache. The rude Orndorff debate is over. The Ultimate Warrior has the ultimate physique. Warrior! One-on-one with Lex Luger and J.J. Dillon. The telephone wires sizzle every month as two top wrestlers roister raging hostility toward each other. This is the unedited transcript of their conversation. You can't see the raw emotions result when two antagonists face off one-on-one. Another one is a kid. I didn't buy this. I was like, nah, this is bullshit. They're not. No. Get near the end here. Some good photography in this. This is not one I'm going to keep. I decided that. I flipped through all these. I got them in the other day. I flipped through every one of them. There's about 2 of the 6 I'm going to keep. My only complaint was they always put their, like, it was always a bunch of ads at the back. I mean, look at that, like the inside cover and what? Most of the last page is ads. Hey, there's that July 85 Wrestler issue. And there's the 186 my buddy got off of me. Cool. And then the back, of course, are all the PWI merch. Wouldn't mind having, like, the hat, the shirt. And they put the shirt back on. You get the shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees. I'm going to get out of here, everybody. I hope you enjoy. It's a little bit of a shorter one. And at 88, I was getting ready to fade. It's about 90. It's weird. Like, I think I said before, I watched until tail end of November 1990. It might have been early December. I want to say it's tail end of November. There was no cable in my area. It just didn't exist out there. Honestly, the area I grew up in, there was a church out there that didn't believe in having TV. And then a lot of people there went to that church. So a lot of people didn't have TVs. And this is, 70s, 80s, in the 90s. And I watch every wrestling I could get on TV. It didn't matter if it was some local shit. It didn't matter if I thought it sucked or I'd already seen. Like, we got, want to say it was WWF Wrestling Spotlight twice. Like, a channel out of Florida and a local channel, like a closer channel area. I got a couple channels out of Florida. I sit there and mess around with the rabbit ears. I figured out exactly where to put the rabbit ears. I had them taped to my wall. But I watch all that. Then I get cable and I got access to, like, WWF's big show every week. Was it Primetime? Yeah, Primetime. Yeah, WCW Saturday Night and all that stuff. And I just quit watching. I started watching USWA and, like, Continental. Or maybe it was Continental still around 90? I think it was. I want to say that's when I watched Continental all the way to the end. Memphis, I want to say by this time we lost it. We lost Memphis before we got cable, which sucked. Like, the channel we got it on just quit carrying it. But I'm out, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. There's that thumb. Laters.